All right, this is Labor Day, Monday. Not bad. We've been setting some records over the weekend in many locations. Current temperatures right now a bit on the hot side. We do have a nice view, rather clear skies, dry conditions. Here we are early September. We're running temperatures hotter than they need to be for this time of the year. We're also running in a drier pattern. Now, we still have some storm potential in the mountains. That has always been the case over the weekend around the San Juan Mountains. And with that, these storms are actually traveling southbound right now. So some of the hazards in the higher elevated sites are the brief heavy downpours, also the cloud of ground lightning, especially above elevation, above timberline, for example. That can be dangerous. But also gusty winds getting pulsed out from these storms because they're not really surviving all that much over the lower elevations. But it's been fairly consistent this time of the day for the last couple of afternoons, right around Cortez, Durango, Pagosa Springs. Storms exiting out of the San Juans and creating some gusty outflow winds. The rest of the state, though, continuing with these dry conditions. So this is just recycled moisture around the mountain zones, particular to the southern zones, the San Juan Mountains. Wind speeds right now 5 to 15 miles per hour. This is going to be pretty standard moving forward through the rest of this shortened work week. A nice little breeze early in the morning and in the evening hours. Top wind gusts of the day. Certainly we won't call these storm associated wind gusts, but between 10 and 20 mile per hour wind gust. That's where we've been most of the weekend. That's where we're going to continue to be through the rest of this, again, very short work week. As far as hazardous weather goes, well, no, we don't have those flood watches, which was the norm moving through the bulk of our summer pattern. But those storms also displaced our heat, so we're right back in to hotter temperatures, hotter than average temperatures. A couple of hazards that we're going to be looking for later this week would be associated with wind speeds, low pressure systems to the north, Pacific Northwest, traveling west to east, not really dipping far to the south. So as a result of those lows moving through, there's fire weather watches, there's red flag warnings in the northern tier states. That means they're windy and they're dry, and there's a higher fire danger. Now, if we could get some of those low pressure systems, cold fronts attached, to drop a little further south in latitude, then yes, we would engage our wind machine, and it's likely later this week, by the end of the upcoming work week, this work week, we could see some red flag warnings. Further to the west, currently, excessive heat watches, excessive heat warnings, heat advisories, those exist in Nevada and portions of California. California is setting records. Cities that don't normally go with hot temperatures are setting new records in California. Over the course of the weekend, because of our high pressure system, slowly migrating, not really anchored, but for the most part, yes, it's not going anywhere and it remains in the western third of the U.S. Many locations in Colorado. Grand Junction tied records on Friday. Many locations on Saturday, Sunday. Today even, record temperatures being set all because of this high pressure system, maintaining the dry conditions through the work week, maintaining the hotter temperatures through the work week. That'll continue through at least Thursday. We may get some changes if we could get those low pressure systems with cold fronts to dip down, then yes, we would get a temperature adjustment for next weekend. We may or may not see showers and thunderstorms, but that would be a pattern shift. Current temperatures right now, Delta dropping out of the 100-degree club, Moab still in the 100-degree club, and temperatures in the 80s and 90s across the area. That's right now as we get into Monday night. Speaking of the 100-degree club, Grand Junction did it this afternoon, 3:59 today. New record from 2020. It was 99 degrees. We tied that around 2:30 today, and then we've been flirting with 100 ever since. So new high temperature for Grand Junction in the books as of Labor Day today, September 5th, 2022. Jeez, 14th day at or above 100 degrees. We're not going to stop. Forecast is calling for a few more. We could bag 15 and 16, but that would also mean more record temperatures, and that's just exactly what we're going to do. So another day in the triple digits for Grand Junction, totally possible tomorrow. Moab Delta, same situation. That's what we're going to be looking at. Hotter temperatures slightly over the course of the day tomorrow and for the rest of the week. In fact, looking at tomorrow, I'm very surprised Delta is not at the 100-degree mark, but I think we will be. Records for Grand Junction are in the upper 90s all the way through Friday. 96 is that record. We're going for 97. Now, looking into the weekend and into the start of next week, that's where we could see some of those temperature fluctuations with low pressure systems and cold fronts. In the meantime, the rest of this work week, whether it's school or work related, the heat of the day is going to be achieved after 3 p.m., 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. So maybe limit your outdoor activities. If you are going to go hiking, make sure you have plenty of water. Make sure you're not exposed. You take breaks if you're working. Take breaks and hydrate. You know the story. This is July temperatures we're experiencing this week, and it's early September.